Hey guys, today we're back with another video. We've been hired to build a beach at $1 million mansion. Just getting back here to the shop after taking the International to a local supplier. We have 20 tons of sand ready to go for the job. Let's get the skid, let's get it loaded on up and head on out here. But this should be a pretty fun one. We're heading over to Winchester County here, probably a 45-minute drive. And we are going to be doing a huge project, which will be installing sand, making a beach for a mansion that is on a private lake here. But let's hop in the F350. We're going to be taking the dually. It's going to be a pretty long ride here, but let's get the trailer and then we have to decide which skid we're going to be taking. Now guys, there's a full mods list up on my website if you guys would like to go check it on out here, and please hit the like button if you guys would like to see more here. But I will say guys, this tow trailer is definitely one of my favorite trailers, really do like it. It's definitely a lot easier here, but let's take a quick look here. So we're going to be working right next to the water, we need traction, and although I really want to run the case here today, I think we should probably take the Bobcat, the T590 probably will be the way to go for the traction, and we won't be tearing up the turf here. It is $1 million property. It's pretty new grass. It was recently built, and this should be a pretty fun project here. You guys really do like projects with $1 million houses, so I thought this would be the perfect fit. But let's get it loaded on up here, throw a few straps on it, and then let's get on to the road and get started. Alright, just putting the last of the straps here on and getting the shop door closed on up. Now we do have one of our employees that will be driving the International here. This is a really fun truck to drive. One thing guys, early in the mornings, shifting through the gears, it definitely wakes you up. You really have to be on your game driving a truck like this here. But 22 tons, really maxing out this truck, and this is what we bought it for these bigger jobs that do pay pretty well here. But let's hop in the Power Stroke and let's head on out here. Probably about 45 to 50 minutes, and I can't wait to get on over there. And the owner, I think, is going to be at the property, so maybe he might show us inside the property, because from the pictures I saw, it is a pretty fancy, pretty expensive multi-million-dollar house. I think he paid like $1.4 million for it, so that's pretty cool. But let's head on out, and I can't wait to get the job started. We're here in Winchester County, and we're right around the corner from the job here. But look at that, guys. We're coming up on the lake, and this mansion is on the private lake here. There's like 4 or 5 huge properties, which is pretty, maybe we could get some more contracts to do some more jobs at some pretty expensive houses. But the F450 has been doing a really nice job here. I much prefer this for the out-of-town jobs. Those 30-plus minute jobs here. It's just a lot easier to tow with a dually, especially a big skid steer like the T590. But we made it here, guys. Look at that. Wow, one huge mansion. That definitely is a multi-million-dollar mansion. Now, our employee did bring the dump truck here, but he's off to go mowing since we needed a few extra hands over there. So what I really want to do is, he said we could go for a quick walk around of the house before we get going here. I think that should be a lot of fun really quickly. We'll wait for him to come on out here, and we'll also take a walk through on the job. But I'm so excited to do some work here, especially get to run the new Bobcat T590. We picked this up at the end of last season. We didn't put much hours on it, but guys, I do want to pick up that new Bobcat. They came out with a whole new model, and I think that would be a really cool thing. I do know a few are in the works for Farm Sim, and I can't wait to get that. But let's go for a quick tour. Let's check out this multi-million-dollar property, and then let's get to work making it even better. Alright guys, he said we could go for a quick tour here. Look at that, looks like an outdoor seating area. Huge TV over there here. Just look at this. This is unbelievable. Let's see how we can get inside here. One of these doors should work, and not sure exactly which one, but just looking at it, you guys can see pretty big couches. Wow, look at all that marble, the granite. This is a pretty expensive house. As you come around to the back here, you guys can see, look at the back. We got an in-ground swimming pool there, a waterfall. Whoa, look at that. Unbelievable. But let's get on with today's job, and that is building a beach out here. So this property was recently built, but there's really not much down here. So the owner was saying there's just, look at that, a lot of just grass grown into water. This is pretty much all mud. Yeah, this looks to be mud, a little bit of stone. All this has to be first kind of cleaned on up here. Let's keep going. So all the way right about to where it kind of starts to turn, we have to go, and I think we're going to go to over that tree line. So let's hop in the skid. We do have a little bit of tearing up to do here, really making this level, and then we'll put the sand on top, probably 5-6 inches of sand, and then I will say, guys, this is gonna look incredible when we're done. Really nice and clean. We'll also try to touch it up a little bit better on the grass when it does meet the sand as well. Now guys, I've really been enjoying these landscaping videos. I'm trying to do 1 or 2 of these a week here, along with some lawn care videos, and please hit the like button if you guys do want to see more here. Definitely a lot more to come here with this series. We will be picking up some new equipment, trading out some others, and possibly some trucks as well here. We just keep on growing. Our company's doing really well, and it is just so cool here. But let's kind of go through here. Really don't want to be going on the grass too much here. Looks at that grass, really green, coming in pretty good for the start of the time here, but hopefully we don't end up sliding in. That wouldn't be too good here. That's going to be a costly repair to not only a skid steer, but to get a tow truck out here, and also probably not the best thing for the lake here. But let's get going. Now, I did bring a camera and tripod with us, so I'm excited for that as well. We'll set that up here in a bit to get some extra shots here. Definitely want to get some more GoPros to put around the machines and all the trucks here. But you guys can see, doing a pretty good job. We're just scraping it up here. We do have the teeth on the bucket, so that's really helpful as well to really get it kind of loosened on up here, so we could do a nice and even kind of spread there, and we'll have a little bit of pile, probably a little bit of material to haul away. But so far though, we are making good progress by getting this ready to go for the sand. Alright guys, after a little bit of work here with the skid steer, we do have it leveled on out here. I think that's a pretty good slope. That way you could put up a chair and do a little bit here. But you guys can see the dirt definitely looks a little bit nicer. Now there are a few piles on either end that will be taken on out here with some loose debris, some different kind of weeds in there, a little bit of gravel mixed with some kind of field stones, things like that. But I will say guys, this is already a huge difference just taking the skid over it. But let's get up there, and we do have to find a way to bring all that sand here. I don't think we can get back the truck down. We're gonna end up getting that stuck here with all the spring rains, and also we don't want to be tearing up the yard too much. The Bobcat T590 was definitely the good choice here for us. I don't think we would have been doing too well here with the slopes on the other skid steer there. I think the tracks are the way to go. Probably will be replacing those wheeled skid loaders soon here with some other ones. But let's get the truck unloaded here. We'll get it fired on up, and I think we'll probably unload half of it here. Maybe we'll unload the other half, or maybe we could get the truck light enough to back on down to help speed it up a bit. Alright, that looks like half the load here, probably about 10 tons here. Let's see if we get some bucket loads here, but back and forth is probably going to do a lot of wear and tear here on the turf. But one thing we could do, guys, to help prevent that is to not go in the same tire tracks there. We're going to try our best that way, and the customer doesn't come home and see kind of half his yard torn on up here with the skid tracks here. But I'm so excited to see how the sand does. Probably about 5 to 6 inches is what I'm thinking here, guys. I think that should be a probably good amount here. Oh yeah, this is going to look really good here, and these buckets are going to look good as well. Looks like we can probably do, I would say, let's see, probably about 10 feet with one bucket. Oh yeah, we'll get this done probably an hour or two, and then we're on to the next job here. But I will say, guys, I definitely want to do more with some multi-million-dollar properties. We do get paid a lot more money since they do expect a higher level of work, like always. But let's see, really do like that. And the teeth on this bucket did come in pretty handy here today. But these skids are so much fun to kind of run around with. They're so much fun to operate, almost like you're running it with a controller. But I use a steering wheel and panel, which is pretty neat. But let's see, guys, we'll keep going here, and we'll actually also set up the camera and tripod for a little bit of this action as well. But nice and slow. We want it pretty consistently laid as well. We're making pretty good headway here, already half done here, and I did unload the truck just a little bit more. And if we do have any extra left, he did say to just leave a little bit of pile. They could always touch it up, and I think one of his kids wants to build a huge sand castle, so that should be a lot of fun. And if there is even more than that, we'll probably add some more here. But I will say, guys, this is already making kind of the water line where it meets the property looking really, really good. And you could also kind of walk on it here without having shoes on or sandals, things like that. You don't have to worry as well here. But I will say, guys, the tracks are really coming in handy. There were a few close calls where I was slotting in there, but this thing just gains traction, and it just works out pretty well. And also, it's pretty stable going up and down that little slope as well. Probably with the tires, we'll be slotting around a little bit more than what we are doing. Taking a nice full bucket load here. We don't want it to be too full here where we're dropping sand all over the yard. But I will say, guys, probably need to look for a little bit of a bigger bucket. Maybe an easier way to bring materials from one area to the other. I actually recently featured something in a mod review that would be a pretty cool thing. So we'll look into all those, but I think I'll catch you guys back once we are getting very close to completion here. It's been a lot of work here. Probably a little bit of hand raking to do as well, and probably a little bit of shovel work to do along the water line, but we are making really good progress so far. Though, guys, this does look really, really nice here. It is fresh sand right out of the mill, and it looks good. Alright, guys, there we have it. It's been a lot of work here, but we're all done. I hand raked it out and everything, and I will say, guys, other than a few touch-up areas where they do need to add some more turf, this looks really good here. Maybe he'll invite us out here when he has a few get-togethers. I think that would be a pretty cool thing, but let's head on over there. Let's put this back on the trailer. Our employees should be here any minute, and they're going to be driving the International back to the shop. Alright, guys, we're all loaded up here with the skid. We have it tilted back down, all ready to go. Other than a few chains I'm going to put on the skid, we'll be on our way back to the shop here, and I'm going to drop the bill here in the mailbox. But it was a pretty fun one, building a beach at a lakefront mansion here in Winchester County. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next one, and subscribe for more.